Hi, this is Joel Salinas, and this is Social Emotional Learning for Teachers. I'm going to start with the definition of SEL as it is stated in the castle.org website. It's SEL, social and emotional learning, is an integral part of education and human development. SEL is a process in which all young people and adults acquire knowledge and develop healthy identities and manage emotions. Now, five of these emotions, or otherwise known as competencies, is self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship skills and responsible decision making. Now, that's just the definition as listed in the website. Now, what's the importance of learning SEL for teachers? Now, uh, there are many benefits. One being that trained teachers are better reflectors. They're better able to stop, reflect on their work, and then as an educator, improve on their work. So they have also a trained teacher has an improved self-regulatory or self-regulation when it comes to frustrating situations. They are better able to diffuse intense situations in the classroom and even outside the classroom. Um, the training helps them tame their anger and allow the students to feel welcome, because an angry teacher will allow the students, will just show the students that they can't ask the questions without the fear of getting the teacher upset or angry. Social and emotional training can help handle these intense situations and challenges of challenging students that we all will encounter within our career. So when that happens, when we're better able to address and facilitate and tame our anger, our emotions, to become self-aware, we're able to better have or to have better mental health in the long run. And when we have better health, we're promoting ourselves for with a better well-being, and overall we have a better well-maintained classroom. And if when that happens, this domino effect occurs, and in turn the teacher will last longer within the career because they feel less stress. So it's all linked together, and they come all at once. So um, that is by itself one of the greatest benefits of learning social emotional learning in the classroom for teachers. What is the importance in the classroom of learning social emotional learning? Well, the students improve, and the classroom behavior improves tremendously. They're better able to socially behave as groups. It's very much known that one student by themselves can act very very sweet, but when you have them with, well, similar peers or similar age group, that same sweet person, guy or girl, becomes a whole different person. So they're better able to self-regulate their emotions and their behaviors. It improves also their academic performances. It's been known to improve their academic performances by 11% increase, as stated in one of the researches by Derlek. Uh, the students are able to improve in stress and depression. So within high school, students are always going to be dealing with stress. Depression is better facilitated and better managed when we teach our children social emotional learning. Students have a better positive attitude towards school when that happens. When they're equipped with that social emotional skill, the school of feeling more connected, or sorry, the skill of feeling more connected in the school amplifies. And when that happens, they're more likely to join after school programs. They're more likely to participate more times in the classroom. They're more positive. They come with a happier attitude that they emit to other students and to the teacher. And just the domino effect of having positivity, it rolls within their life, and it affects the school. Um, Another thing is that it improves their self motivation. They're better able to self motivate themselves without having a teacher or a parent right after, or watching them step after step that they take. So self motivation is huge. They're also become better problem solvers. As students, when the students graduate high school, we all want them to become great problem solvers. One of the one of the questions asked by employers is that what is one of the things that they want uh, employees to have under their belt when being employed is that they want to become problem solvers. Without them being problem solvers, then it does become an issue of a mental issue. Now, they're also self-aware and they become better decision makers. So that is all good news if we want them to become uh, a part of society that promotes social emotional learning, and they get a benefit out of it. So that it can be found in Durlac et al. In 2011. And then, what is the importance, or what is one topic of interest that interests me is the social emotional learning long term and how it affects our health. Now, when we teach social emotional learning, it does promote the well being of our students. It is a it reduces the risk of anxiety, and when the student reduces the risk of anxiety, they reduce the risk of depression. When we have a risk of depression, most likely a student is more likely to eat carelessly, which causes obesity, and obesity causes diabetes, and then it causes heart disease, and it becomes a domino and a snowball effect of negativity, of a risk of dangerous behaviors in which it affects all aspects of the person's life. Now, it is a reduction. Long term, we're able to see that reduce, which is great, because when that happens, a student and a person is more likely to join socially other groups. They're better likely to integrate themselves into groups. Knowing self-awareness in the long term promotes health. They're better able to be mentally healthy, and that domino effect of life proceeds and continues after school and throughout their life. Um, and this all affects. These are great examples, and they align perfectly with the Castle behavioral competencies of self-awareness and self-management, controlling themselves, and they're aware of their emotions, which is great. Now, how can we choose? How can we, as teachers today, implement these tips in the classroom? Well, it's easy. Number one, it doesn't take a lot of time. Number one, you have to build the relationship with the students. It just takes 5 minutes, and you're able to build the relationship with the students. Simple. It's very simple. You go in there, you ask a question. How do you feel? ¿Cómo te sientes? In Spanish, well, I teach Spanish, but how do you feel? And so, having the students actually think about how they feel is an indicator of self emotion, of self awareness, right? So they're able to think about it. How do I feel at this moment? They're able to give that self awareness. You're building social emotional learning by inducing inclusion activities, so you can get into a group, into circles, and then ask simple questions of self-awareness. How do you feel? How do we feel today? How do we feel when this happens? How do we or you can start simple. You can ask the questions, a goofy question like, what would you do if you can change one law? If you can change one law or if you could create a law for one day, what would you create, and what would it be? Something like that, and they'll share their goofy answers, because that is a goofy question. So it's all about building that connection, right? Then you follow up with, as time proceeds. It does take time. As time proceeds, you start getting into the more emotional questions, where they're able to actually think about their question, and their feelings, and be self-aware, and then explain. And also, speaking about this takes time, it does take time. Be patient with yourself, because it does take time. It doesn't happen from the morning to the next day. So it does take time. Be patient and be consistent. And those are my 3 tips for the teachers. Here are my references, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much. My name is, once again, Joel Salinas.